Afrocentric Home Design. This is Lisa Marie. I hope you are perfect, whole, and complete. And I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to put on my glasses. So if you found this channel, that means that you love Afrocentric Home Design. And I absolutely love it too. I've been being around in spaces of Afrocentric home design for the last at least 30 years. And that would be 30 years actively involved, but then longer than that, I'm gonna say most of my life. I am a woman who grew up in Brooklyn, New York, and my mother actually was a designer. She was very talented in multiple mediums. She could sketch, she designed clothes, she dressed windows for department stores in New York and around Brooklyn as well. And she was a poet, she would write, a dancer, she modeled. She was a fabulous woman. And she was very spiritual, very metaphysics, when a time when black women being non-traditional religions like Christianity or others was almost unheard of. She raised her children, which was me, my sister, and the two brothers, to be independent thinkers, to be spiritually sound, to find our own way, to be creative, and to be ourselves. It was a great raising, although it wasn't like we didn't have our struggles, we had lots of them. You know, we were monetarily poor. I don't even like to say that because I had such a rich life, even though there was not always maybe enough to eat. But it's only sometimes when you get older when you realize how much you really received and how much of a great childhood you had, even though there were material possessions, difficulties, right? And even those was kind of, in a way, kind of good for me because I knew how to make something out of nothing. I knew how to turn less into more. And because my mom really pushed us to be whatever we displayed as, and my siblings and I as children, to be whatever, because who I was to be free was different than who my sister was to be free, or my two brothers. But whatever lane we seemed like we wanted to go in, my mother was right there behind us to make sure we got there. And I was always the one, like, if anybody's familiar with Greenwich Village, I'm talking about Greenwich Village in the 80s. Greenwich Village in the 90s. Well, like, the East Village was grungy for real. It's how the movement got the name from there as opposed to the other way around. Or how Seattle was grungy before the grunge. Or, you know, we talking about 70s, 80s, and 90s, right? And being a black girl hanging out in the village, I was most of the time, a lot of times, the only one. I hung out at speakeasies, rock bars, even heavy metal, y'all. I was feeling everything, you know. I went from having blue, red, green hair, you know, to no hair at all. But I always had a sense of my Africanness. I always had a sense of my blackness. Always. It's actually my foundation. And then being a spiritual woman as opposed to maybe a religious woman, and there's nothing wrong with that, that's not how I grew up, it allowed me to really explore and not be so afraid of the differences in the way that people express themselves. In a way, the village, I think, gave me the freedom to, besides my mom, the freedom to really express myself as a spiritual designer. But I didn't know it then. When I was hanging out in the village, oh my God, I was always dressed fly. But it was at the vintage stores. I mean, right there, they wasn't vintage stores. They were used clothing stores. We called them what they were. And you went there because you had no money. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't trendy. You got money and a great job. No. You was over there getting the $5 coat at on Canal Street because that's all you could afford. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, but it made me have to create a look because I couldn't be trendy. You know, I went to a school in Manhattan called Norman Thomas High School, and the girls from Manhattan, let me tell you about Harlem. The Harlem kids dressed to the nines, fly every day. But even the Brooklyn girls had bamboo earrings, at least 2 pairs, a Fendi bag, and a bad attitude. I mean, they had it, and I had none of that. Fendi bag, I couldn't even get a bag from McCory's. I mean, y'all, we going far. We talk about Brooklyn, you know, Albee Square Mall. Like, no, I couldn't get none of that. We didn't have it. So I would shop in vintage places, that what they was called now, or I would make something happen with what I got, or I would take a hand-me-down and do whatever I needed to do. So it's so funny that I'm wearing my hair like this today because this was very much how I wore my hair, only more like asymmetrical. I mean, I couldn't afford a salon at the time. I couldn't get a perm. I didn't have perm money. My mother didn't either. So I really looked at what I was in the mirror and said, I'm going to work with that person right there. And I feel like it really has inspired and influenced my designs. Right now, I'm really into designing bags and jewelry. So jewelry and then accessories, bags. Like, oh my God, like the bag thing is just, but I happen to live in Ghana, West Africa. I'm a Black American, but I've been in Ghana for almost 6 years straight. And of course, I'm very influenced. I mean, I'm home, right? I'm very influenced by what is already here. But I'm most influenced by the story. I feel like I am a culturally preserving, in some ways, the culture of the materials that I work with, particularly the cloth. You know, when I first came to Ghana, I mean, like, not only did I fall in love with the cloth, and a lot of people, when they first come to Ghana, they see a lot of kente from their cons. But there's other kentes, and some of them don't even have the name kente in it. And they're really the cloth of the ethnic group. It's so important that everyone understands that about my designs. That it's not about, I'm just making this to see, it's just because, you know, Africa's in now, and we're just gonna put this stuff on it because people want it, and I'll be trendy. I am the opposite of trendy. I am the opposite of, I'm in Accra, Ghana, and it's noisy. I got a construction building going on. I got somebody with a broke back down air conditioner back. Oh my God, could you help me, Most High, please? But we're going to move on. Let me close the window and we'll move on. Now, we don't have the natural light, and it minimizes the light, but it's fine. At least it minimizes the sound a bit. It's still there, but. So I create things made from the fabric or the cloth of the people, of the different ethnic groups. And right now, I am absolutely in love with the northern cloth from the northern people of Ghana. So when I design something, it's not necessarily just because it's beautiful or because it's a new part of the line. In other words, it has to have meaning. So culturally, the northern people of Ghana are the strong people, very hard workers, tend to be more of the Muslim persuasion, very honest people, and this is their cloth. This is and the cloth meaning the way that they weave the cloth together and the process of doing it, which a lot of times is under a tree, woven sometimes by old men who have their leisure time, and they sit and tell stories and jokes and be around family and friends and other men, and it's a beautiful art. So when you buy anything from me, you are also being a part of the culture and the story of the people. So this actually is my newest collection, but a new part of my collection, but it's not on the website yet, and I probably shouldn't even show this video, but it will be on the website because I'm going to the cafe to put it on the website now. But it is a makeup bag. Mine actually has compartments, a leather compartments, it's 4 of them. And it has my inside, has the logo Afrocentric Home Design. And I love this bag so much. I got some other things, but today I'm just going to show you the two. I'm going to show you the makeup bag, which I did, and I'm going to show you the bag I'm rocking now. Loving this bag. I'm actually going to the cafe, and I wanted to be able to really carry this bag and the other bag I really want to work with. I mean, that I have to work with because I'm going to take my laptop to the cafe. So I'm going to get that bag in a second, but this is part of a line called the Moon Cycle, African Moon Cycle bags. On this moon is shaped like a heart, and the material that I use is the Kuba cloth, which is actually from the people of the Congo. And each of these designs actually tell stories. Only maybe like, this is water, the river, go that way, don't get stuck. Just like we tell stories, as well as African Americans, a lot of people say with our cornrows, we're telling of escape routes, which way to go when you get to the bend, which way to turn. And so I love the idea that the bags, in a sense, are almost ritualistic. It's a very beautiful bag. Inside is absolutely like this is actually on the website, and the website is actually already in the description box. So I would rock this today, but I gotta go to the cafe, so I can't carry too many bags because it'll just be sitting there. So let me show you the bag that I'll be carrying to the cafe today. It's actually on the website as well. It is my laptop bag, but I love this bag. So you see, this is the Northern Cloak. It's different patterns, but this is the pattern that I'm exhausting. I actually use it also, but if you are interested in this beautiful Northern covered cloth bag, afrocentrichomedesign, inside compartments, you see my laptop is in there. This is my laptop bag, and it's on the website. So I'm gonna put on my cute shoes. I'm gonna put on my cute shoes. And I'm going to rock it out. Let me see if hold on one sec. I also have, yes, and this is my sunglass case. So I created my own sunglass case made from the thing, but I'm actually, and then the eyeglass case, I got something for that, but not a northern one, just in case that the eyeglass came in. But I hold my sunglasses in this case. So that will be going in the bag. So let me kind of show you the setup. So, because I have to make it work. I have to make it work. Hey Lakeisha, good morning to you. So we're gonna put my regular glasses back on. We're going to take the sunglasses and put them away. And they're gonna go in the laptop bag. So everything has to go in the laptop bag because it's gonna be my purse, it's gonna be my everything, so that I can have less stuff to carry and less space to take up at the cafe. I'm conscious of that. So my sunglasses, my glasses case, which I'm gonna put in here, and just a few other items so that I can take my bag and do my thing. So yes, y'all, I just wanted to show you that, and maybe each time I get on, I'll tell you a little bit about the culture and what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and that, yeah, I'm a spiritual designer. I design from the spirit. It's the Most High or the ancestors that come through me and tell me what to use, why to use it, what it promotes. I don't believe that my designs are even healing. Anyway, you want to know more, go to the website. The link is in the description box. And I'll see you on the next one. All right, thank you for joining. Peace and love.